Hi, I'm Ronin, obviously. Or maybe not as obviously, I grew my hair out since the second animated trailer. But I feel like it was time to let you in on what's going on. If you're here for the Ronin QnA or the Yomi Temple news, skip to these time frames. This is going to double as an update video. But I think we first have to talk about our director Pix was given Temple whenever he was working on another project that he's still working on right now. It's coming to a close, but it's a super large mod pack with around 13 new characters. Pix is actively developing 4 of these characters. Some aren't as bad as the others. Pix made one character completely on their own, just fine, beating the original deadline before it got extended. As for the second character, it was mostly completed, but the modder didn't feel like modding the character anymore. But the character was too important to just pass out on, so Pix is now finishing them. It's coming along kind of nice, actually. 2 supers and an optional special is all that's left, and they could probably release if they just added icons. As for the other 2 characters, Pix almost had to make them from the ground up, because the ones they originally belonged to, not naming any names, ended up either not wanting to mod them anymore, or couldn't due to a surplus of life issues. What's worse is that both of these characters have very ambitious mechanics that no other mod has done just yet. Due to time constraints, both of these characters may need a lot taken away from them. They're going to still release feeling like polished characters, but when the update trailer comes around, that's when the characters are going to shine as intended. Oh, did I say update trailer? Yeah, so we were gonna have the largest scale trailer in Yomi history up until this point. Pix was making it themselves until health issues came up in their family, so they entrusted the trailer onto others. But because of school and general burnout, Pix discovered why managing a team can be more often than not unreliable. The same thing happened to Temple, but I'll go to that later in the video. As of now, we are making 2 trailers. One short trailer, lasting roughly a minute or so, to announce the release. It'll still be impressive, don't worry. But when the update trailer comes out, that's going to be when everything is finalized as intended. Once everything does get announced and the initial release comes around, we can start sharing news and whatnot, to keep everyone updated. Though after Pix finishes this project, I'm pretty sure he's going to put all his focus on Temple. So, yes, Temple is going to be a thing. I don't like the way that Temple has hyped itself up for nothing, so I understand if I sound untrustworthy to some of you. But long story short, our main director, Slug, recently sort of gave up on the project to focus on other things. They're an actual adult with a family and a job, so I can understand. But because of it, most, if not the entire project was passed down to our now current main director, Pix. You know Pix, we love Pix. I recently talked about what he's doing at the moment, in case you skipped to this part, but after Pix finishes what he's doing now, he's going to put all of his focus onto. You might still see him mod a character or 2 here and there. There are still several promised characters he hasn't gone around to completing, but is his main goal. He recently found himself a decent team of animators to help him out. But most of them are either still in school or unreliable unless you're waving green paper in front of them. Is that wrong? No, not at all. It just makes things harder for Pix because he's 19. He doesn't have thousands of dollars laying around, not anymore at least. He recently had given $1,700 to his family to help them with maintaining the house along with providing for their health issues. The TLDR is he doesn't have money. Not some he can easily spare. Pix is still wanting to use his own pocket money on the project. He actually has a couple of artists in mind. In terms of background work, he's ready to pay for Set, the same guy that made the Yomi Temple stage. As a test, he also paid somebody known as Mute, the same person that made this, to make this. And last but not least, he might save some $200 or so to get music from this Burzan Ronin, the same guy that can scream and make us sound good. With all this being said, Pix is thinking about starting a Patreon or something akin to that after the first announcement of Temple, whatever that is. I know there isn't a lot to be promised at the moment, but if you are interested in seeing this kick off, then, I don't know, give it a shot. As compensation for your patience, I pray thee that you enjoy. That's all I'm legally allowed to share. Question 1 is from Sodium Fluoride, lemon flavored, asking, is Ronin not able to drink alcohol? Can Ronin smoke weed by just chewing on the leaves? Not something I've thought about. The sun god usually tells me to not worry about the business that he's running, but I would assume so. I haven't tried it myself. Might try it after this. Does Ronin like grilled cheese? Excessively, yes. Who does Ronin main in the hit indie fighting game Your Only Move Is Hustle? Personally, I have a fascination with Cowboy. I'm pretty sure it has to do with the sword and whatnot, but if you're looking for any modded characters, I'd have to say probably Moonwalker, just because he has a certain connection with me, just because I know the kind of stuff that he can do, so it makes things a little easier for me. What made you want to start making Sun Ronin? Well, Pix has said himself before that the only reason I existed was because he saw a surplus of people asking for a Demon Slayer based character. I was inspired off of it, but I am original enough to not be classified as just a Demon Slayer ripoff. At least I hope I am. In the words of Ronin himself, who is Bunman to him? A nuisance. Definitely a nuisance.
And you're my little nuisance.
Bunman, you shut! And Ronin breathed fire by breathing correctly. Pretty sure I've done that as a party trick once, but I drank gas. I wouldn't suggest it. Is Ronin's moves actually fire, or is that just what his sword looks like? For the most part, the Sun God technique is a very interesting technique, one at that. One in which the visuals are relatively unclear. Though for the most part it is sun. It's not fire, it's the sun. Second question, what would be Ronin's favorite food? The Sun God has been offering me a lot of boba tea lately, so I've been growing a small fascination to that. When it comes to food, I would have to give it to shrimp cazuela. Don't ask me what that is. Can Ronin use his abilities during the night, considering moonlight is technically just redirected sunlight? The way that I inherit my power is not via photosynthesis, though that would be interesting. The Sun God technique involves me having to breathe in such a way in which I am able to draw out the power of the sun out of this sword that I have. I do not have the actual powers of the sun. That is the sword that I wield. Nothing more, nothing less. Can Ronin replicate that one gif of a guy riding fire? What are you on about? How many weed-smoking girlfriends does the Sun Ronin have? Now I think that'll be it for today. I'm pretty sure that'll satiate everybody's needs. If you guys want this to ever happen again, feel free to go ahead and try to see if you can go to the Sun Ronin whip page on the Discord. Was it Discord? Go ahead and ask some more questions there next time you see Pix try to bring up another QnA. In the meantime, I think that'll be it for now. Maybe. I have a scene I'm supposed to be shooting in a few minutes, so I'm gonna go do that before I go do anything else. See you.